Cellulant is a Pan-African payments company that provides alternative payment methods for global, regional and local merchants. The company has 18 offices on the continent, with a payments platform connecting businesses with 154 payment options across 35 countries. Akshay Grover is the Group CEO at Cellulant, responsible for driving the strategic direction and expansion of the business across Africa. He has more than 20 years' experience in technology, media and communication across emerging markets. What do you plan to achieve in the next 100 days at the company?
The key driver for us is growing and growing as fast as we can. And that has a couple of elements, I think, in our business today. One element is we want to go deeper in the geographies where we are present. So we opened up 8 new countries this year. You can go collect, but when you collect digitally, you can collect from any mobile phone wallet, and you can also collect directly from your bank account. Yeah. And what we want to do there is expand across all our footprint markets. Today we are piloting in 6 markets, in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Zambia, Tanzania. But we want to get this going to all our markets. So I think that's an important milestone for us to achieve in the next couple of months. And I think the third milestone, of course, is hiring more people.
There are a lot of companies in the digital space. What makes Cellulant competitive?
I think there are 2 or 3 things that really differentiate us. One, we are very deeply connected with the banking ecosystem as a fintech. Most fintechs are seen as competitors to banks. We actually partner with the banks. We are very deeply connected with them. We are enabling them to grow their business. And we see that as a very fundamental differentiating point for us as a fintech business. The second differentiator is that most of our competitors, particularly the large ones, and I'm not naming them, are very focused on what I call is the online payment space. So when you go online to buy something, e-commerce, electronic goods and services, travel, tickets, etc., right? But we are very clear that we want to focus on both online as well as on offline.
So which app is in high rotation on your phone?
Well, the most used app on my phone is probably YouTube Music. But you know, I mean, I think jokes aside, maybe Uber, Glovo are probably the most used apps on my phone.
So which music do you listen to, and do you use it as an inspiration even when you're making leadership strategies?
Good question. I'm not sure people at Cellulant are going to love my taste in music, you know. So I'd rather stay away from that being an inspiration to people. Yeah.
So who inspires you the most, and how has that affected your leadership style?
I think my inspiration is somebody I consider my guru, somebody who is a teacher in sort of English, and that teacher is lesser on the business side and more on the spirituality side. And I think the learning from there has been be good human beings, like love everyone equally. Very hard to do. But you know, I think the idea, which when you translate it into very business dynamics, is be empathetic to people, understand what they want, be forgiving of mistakes, let things go, yeah, and try and achieve a balance of achieving not just commercial objectives, but also enabling people, your ecosystem, your stakeholders, your customers, the African people at large, right? And I think to me that is a very important piece of my own leadership style, journey, whatever you can call that.
Where do you see digital payments in 2022?
I think digital payments, I don't want to answer a very specific saying where in 22, but what I see today is that digital payments is the future. It's the only future. I see a world where, you're never going to see currency notes ever. And I think that time is coming. It's maybe 5 years away from now, maybe even lesser, who knows, right? So I think that everything that we're doing right now on the payments front will be 100% digital. The pace of that may vary in one country and another country. How that happens will also be different depending on regulation, competition, how the market evolves, and all of those different things which need to come together. But fundamentally, we are now on a 10, 20, 30-year path where this industry is going to continue to grow.
So if you were 20, what business would you get into?
Hard question. When I was 20, the most exciting thing was to be an investment banker. And so those days I decided to be a banker. Getting there and doing that for 10 years, I realized it's not as sexy as it looks, So I think, the answer to that question is that I think today's 20-year-olds might say, I want to be in a tech startup. And that startup could be in fintech, in agri-tech, in healthcare, in whatever else. And the answer to that question can't be that's not the most exciting place. I would say it is the most exciting place because it's the place where a lot of fun stuff is happening, where a lot of innovation is happening, a lot of change is happening, and so on and so forth. So I think I would say technology, hands down.
Well, as we close up, they say that retirement is not the end of the road, but a turn on that road. Hussein Mohammed has served over 25 years being business editor at the Standard Group, and his time actually has come for retirement. So as you retire, enjoy being the boss of your retirement. All the best, and thank you for impacting business journalism, not only in Standard Group, but also across the country. Well, that's it from the business today team. My name is Nokip Kimboy. Have yourself a good Friday, blessed weekend. Up next we have